Hey folks, Thermite here. Today I'm gonna start something a little bit different. We're gonna do a build series, not related to career mode or anything, just building a creation from the ground up and seeing where it goes. Today I'm gonna start with something just a little tiny, probably an ATV is what I'm thinking, and we're gonna work on that. Later on, I might have some more ambitious builds, but for now, we're starting small. Alright, we'll get right to it now. Alright, here in the workbench, we're gonna start off with just a really tiny frame here. I'm thinking probably about there for the wheelbase. No suspension on the wheels, I think, is the way I'll go, since this will be a nice small vehicle. Let's see. Trying to get just the basics here. Let's see. Handlebars about in line with the front wheels feels right to me. Kind of flesh it out a little bit here. We'll have to pipe that in later when we put an engine. Now for here, I think a lot have a light right about there. Do I want to be a Cyclops? I don't know. Maybe I can live with it if it's there instead. But we gotta get over here, give ourselves fenders, or else this will look really strange. Maybe wide fenders on it. And the rest of this will be blocked off. Again, just starting with a really basic frame here. I don't know what to add there. I don't know. We'll change that later. But right now, we'll take this back here. I know that will be nice. Build up the back here just a tad. Let the back wheels stick out a little bit. It's fine. Put some little itty bitty fenders on here that we might make larger later. Alright, it's a start. By no means beautiful, but it is a start. Alright, from here, I'm thinking let's put our engine in and let it kind of be probably a really small modular here. Maybe I can get away with a 1-cylinder. That'd be fun. I don't know if the orientation is going to be great for it there. We'll see. So we'll get our clutch, put it out this way, I think, and get a couple gearboxes. Gear it down, I think we'll do, and from here pipe it down, and then to each wheel, which I don't know my audience yet, but if anybody does not know in Stormworks about land vehicles in general, do all-wheel drive. It just saves so much trouble and headache later. um, grip is not what it should be, so you gotta have that grip. All right, yeah, we'll open that back up, and yeah, we'll put our belt starter. And I think I will go with the belt alternator this time. Normally I don't because they're not very efficient in terms of how much they give, but in this case form factor is pretty slim and small here, so we'll do that to avoid making this thing any bigger. All right, now let's pipe some exhaust. I think we can actually just go down and around here, and then poke it out here. One more. Come out one more. Had it. There we go. All right. Now we need air and fuel. Fuel I can also route through the drive line, which is another trick if you didn't know. As long as there's nothing like a gearbox or anything in the way, you can pass stuff right through there. So that being said, we're going to pipe this down here. I think I might do that. We'll see if we need to make that an enclosed pipe later to make it look nice and everything. Get our T-piece, tee it in. See what's going on in here. See if we can... We don't need a medium fuel tank. That'd be too large for something so small here, but we can get this, turn it into a T-piece. Look for a tank, small tank. Put a couple small ones. Right, we'll put 3 and then put a winch on the front as a refuel point. And it'll add to the interest, visual interest in the front anyway. All right, that's fuel taken care of then. Where are you? There we go. All right, fuel in there, winch, which I'll need to, I don't know if I'll need to control it or not. We'll see. All right, so that's exhaust, fuel, need air. There's air here. Put it out the side. And go with an air ram on it. Make it look pretty. Let's see, I think that looks weird. Whoa. All right. Go with a microcontroller that will work without a supercharger here. Gotta have, of course, a key to start it because nobody wants to use any other way, right? How easy is that going to be to reach while you're holding the handlebars here? Downright impossible. Cool. But it's blocked by the handlebars here. Alright, whatever. Alright. Ignition. Starter. RPS. Throttle goes to W and S. Fuel. Air. And clutch. Alright. Well, let's take a look then. Now it's steering. Mark II steering. Need me a speed sensor. Steering input. Left wheel. Right wheel. And anything else. Put a function block in here for a brake. We'll just do negative x times 0.15. And hook it to WNS, hook to brakes. Alright, from here, 1 reverse, 2, let's see, light, 3 parking brake. That's pretty much my normal setup for 1, 2, and 3 there. And we need a battery. I don't want it to set on here. Probably just squeeze it right there. Direct hookup for everything. And I'm just going to say hook the RPS up to the alternator so I don't have to put a constant number somewhere. And then we'll hide that logic later. Front looks really chunky. Back end looks not chunky enough. I'm going to have to figure out what we want to do with all that. Okay. I feel like that looks a little bit better, maybe. Nah. Let's put too high. Yeah. That actually doesn't make it look too bad. Let's... There we go. Terrible. Right here. So... let's make it not terrible. I don't know if that did it. Eh, not not the worst, but still ain't good. Gives it a little character at least. Let's take a look at this. See what we can do here. Kind of weird. We'll save it. If we don't like it, we can change. We can always make it more blocky. Alright. Well, that being said, let's see how we're doing here for all our hookups and everything. Looks like we got stuff working for the most part here. Let's start hiding you guys around here. Can hide you there. Can take function block boy. And put you right in front of that. And we still get to merge that in. Nice. Alright, then there's a chunky boy and a little one. Not gonna be able to fit big boy on there. Maybe gonna have to try to squeeze it in somewhere in here. Might look a little bit odd. Alright. Let's see about hiding a microcontroller in here. Alright, so it looks like there's no room there. It actually doesn't look terrible on the back there. It kind of looks like an extra seat or rack. But what if... put that on the back. You can just hide there. Let's see. Don't mind it too bad there. Alright. Need to adjust Yeah, we'll go for some higher revs and see how it does. This can just absolutely not be that high. We'll see, 60 miles an hour. Top speed-ish, maybe, who knows? I don't. But I could. Really quick. So let me get my handy dandy speed converter. Where is that block? Linear speed. Convert it to miles an hour. Which, by the way, this is nice. You can keep it as meters per second. Knots, miles an hour, kilometers an hour. I also did feet per second, feet per minute, and Mach. Alright, so yeah, we'll just say 60 miles an hour. Kind of still at 1 second, and it's not labeled. Ah. Oh yeah, she's a speed demon. Let's go. You got this. I have faith in you. At this point, I'm not sure that it's faster than running. But these tires are still all rounds, which just cause more resistance. And they're still pretty skiddy in Stormworks. So we'll change those out for high speeds. See if we can get going at a good clip here. Oh, camera, don't do that to me. Alright. Astra Arrow. There you go. Still forgot to label the button and turn that down to 0.2 or 0.1. Yeah, already up to 15 before we leave this tarmac. We took us all the way to this curve. Get to it before. A little bit stiff, but it handles pretty good. That being said, I can crank the thing over and it's not gonna go and lose control on me. So now let's see if we can handle popping that gear over. Let's just see how it goes. Alright. Can we handle it going from 3 to 1 to 2 to 1? Alright. Let's say at 20 miles an hour, kick it over. If it doesn't quite make it, then we might have to just make it a manual flip from high gear to low gear, or low gear to high gear. That switched pretty nice, actually. And we're going 30 mile an hour, 35, almost. That's controllable and nice and gentle, but it could be faster. Let's see if we can get it up to about the 50 mile an hour mark before we call ourselves done with it here. See if we can get it up to about 50 miles an hour. Keep in mind this is an engine with no cooling as well, so I don't want to turn up the RPS if I don't have to. And it's not going to be a long-term drive it across the entire desert 3 times kind of build. Just kind of a runabout. Close. Yeah, I can increase the wheels by like 1 point to 1.25 on the radius and see if I can get that extra speed. Might look a little bit better too. Have a little larger tires on it. Little one cylinder's working, man. Alright. 1.25 on all four. One of those things where I really wish it would, symmetry mode would kick in with stuff like this. I understand why it doesn't, but at the same time, try changing to the perfect percentage with this thing is not fun. Alright. Still starting off in that 3-to-1, kicks it over to 3-to-2. Feel it bogged down at the gear change, but at the same time, there you go. We're at about 50 mile an hour. Light works, blinds you. Don't have any tail light on it, but nah, too much trouble. So we'll go back to the workbench here, take all this extra stuff off, and hide what we can and what not, and see how it looks without all the junk on it. Take it for a spin again. And that'll just about finish up this vehicle then. Just a short little Kickstarter for our build series here. Brakes, brakes, brakes. Oh, a little late on the brakes. Oh, thank goodness you can actually go uphill and get high centered and get out. Nice. There you go. All right, brake, brake, brake. Yeah, it brakes. Eventually. Maybe I can bump that up to like 12%. Alright, now to go about hiding you. Yeah, I need you to. And I don't need you. And we're gonna label you. And we're gonna turn you down to 0.2. There you go. And there it is. Got the winch there on the front. Does not currently function. So, yeah, what I can do for that is just say, hey, look. Could hook it up down here. Then take another microcontroller, and I don't know if we can hide another one in this. Not without putting one down here. I think that'd look weird. So we'll just add it to the hotkeys 4 and 5. Winch in. Winch out. We'll put those on pushes instead of toggles. Winch in. Winch out. Alright. Electric. Alright. That should be the vehicle done. Spawn it in, take it for a spin. Traveling along. Let's test it on some terrain. It'll be fun. light vehicles like this, it's impossible to actually damage them. The only danger is doing what I'm about to do and flip over. Man, look at this. Little one cylinder being all torquey and stuff. That 3-to-1 gearbox is getting it done. Alright. Just gonna casually climb a rock face here. It's so funny, it switches down to that low gear and it's like the engine noise just disappears. It powers through it though. Woohoo! Just bouncing along. There's a cow right there. Your feet look a little uncomfortable there, bud. And yes, this is not the smallest. Well, not the smallest ATV I've ever made, but it is an ATV nonetheless, so. Well, that could have gone better. Can I get it back over? Yep. There we go. Perks of a light vehicle right there. So, what I can also do is put a couple handles on there. See if you can get it done that way too, because you try to flip this over in multiplayer like that and it just doesn't work because your character can't push it over. So, I have to make some solutions for that in case anybody wants this thing to go on a multiplayer journey with them. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Maybe a rope anchor as well, in case somebody has a bright idea for tying it down to a truck or a plane or boat or what have you. This has been the build series with Thermite. Episode 1. Hopefully of a few more to come. If you have suggestions for some vehicles to make, feel free to comment and let me know. Have a good one, and we'll see you next time.